We had several objectives when we decided to hold such a conference. The first one, I guess, was to shed light on fiscal federalism in Canada. It's really important. The way money is allocated in the Federation, the way fiscal transfers are structured in Canada, determines a lot about how the Canadian Federation functions, yet it's really not something that is overly discussed in the country, in part because it's some parts of it are highly technical. So one of the things we want to do in this conference is explain, analyze, and illuminate how fiscal federalism in Canada works. Another objective was to get a conversation going between different parts of the country and different communities in the country. So fiscal federalism is viewed quite differently depending on whether you live in Western Canada or in Quebec, whether you're an Indigenous person or not. So we want to bring people together for the purpose of sharing perspectives. And finally, we want to discuss fiscal federalism in Canada in a multidisciplinary way. Oftentimes, it's been a topic that has been discussed almost exclusively by economists, and then it becomes really kind of almost unintelligible, overly specialized. Whereas here we do have economists. They have an important contribution to make, of course, to the debate over fiscal federalism in Canada, but we have social scientists, political scientists, sociologists, we have historians, we have legal scholars, and we believe that there's a more comprehensive way to understand fiscal federalism when it's discussed from a variety of perspectives and disciplines. At least 4 themes that'll be tackled at the conference. The first is the origins and the kind of legal and historical background for fiscal federalism in Canada, so that we understand what its foundations are and where it comes from. Then we have the aspect of regional perspectives on fiscal federalism in Canada. So we have a panel where participants will look at the Western Canadian perspective, the Ontario perspective, the Quebec perspective, and the perspective of the Atlantic provinces. So that's really important. Third, we'll look at what we call some emerging issues, some issues that are not often normally associated with fiscal federalism, but which will be discussed at the conference. For example, the funding and financing of Aboriginal communities. That's really important and often under the radar. We'll also look, for example, at an issue like aging. What does it mean for fiscal federalism in Canada that we're experiencing this significant population aging? And finally, we'll look at fiscal arrangements. That's the bread and butter of fiscal federalism in Canada. So we tackle it, of course. So we'll look at the Canada Health Transfer, the Canada Social Transfer, and we'll look at equalization, of course, and also we'll look at the financing of some smaller programs.